if you want to look at this with this lineup right here, this is just a sample of what else we have. We have 9 of these. Remember, folks, we already did 2 of these so far, so we still have some to go. This is our 3rd of 9 matches, and let me tell you something. Trying to figure out which matches to go in order for is really hard to do, as we feel that we have them listed, but it's really no way of saying who belongs being forward or not. So, there you go. Shamus measures Jericho, making a rare appearance. Austin trying to get rid of Samoa Joe. And the Icon Sting going after Jericho as well. Jericho thrown out of the ring. Shamus goes after him. Joe and Steve Austin going at it inside the ring. Samoa drop. I think Samoa Joe may be one of the most talented guys that they have on the roster. Unfortunately, they're just trying to figure out what to do with him now. Now Sting and Shamus taking turns beating on Chris Jericho. Oh, Stinger, there's a Scorpion Deathlop right there on Chris Jericho on the outside.
Chris Jericho has been eliminated.
That is not uncommon. There's no shame in that. That's a very painful maneuver. Steve Austin trying to get rid of Samoa Joe. Jericho takes the walk of shame back to AEW. And Shamus hits him with a bro kick for Sting. It's a 2 count. Sting has some tenacity. And Austin. Remember, folks, the reason these matches came to be is due to the Jar of Fate. We put everyone who's involved in this tournament, we drew it 5 guys at a time, and this is basically what we came up with for this one. So these are, I mean, we still have several more to go. And like I said, the names and the matchups and the dreams in general are more to come, and it's a very impressive. There's really no way to say what would be the main event, what would be a featured contest, since it's so awesome, all of them. As Sting takes down Shamus, and Joe's having problems with the Texas Rattlesnake. Joe's been opened up, and Shamus has been opened up. Oh, I thought Shamus has been opened up by Sting, but no. And Joe has been eliminated by Stone Cold. Oh, Sting crashes and burns. Shamus getting measured. There's a stunner. Sting getting a shot in on Austin. Shamus falls to the outside from the velocity of that stunner. And Sting and Stone Cold for the first time are duking it out. They have met each other in the old WCW days under the Stunning Steve banner. But when Austin was popular in WWE, Sting was taking it to the NWO in the late 90s. That's what we do here, folks. We not only do we give you exciting matches, we give you the little news and history as well. I myself have been in the wrestling business for 21 plus years, which is why our show is a little bit more different than everybody else's, since I actually know more wrestling than just calling a melee. Shamus with a gut run suplex on Stone Cold, and Austin pulls himself up as Shamus is looking for a toy perhaps, and he gets a baseball bat, which Sting is aware of. Oh, cracks Steve Austin with the baseball bat. I guess all's fair in love and war, or in this case, royalty and war, as the winner will be declared the 2019 greatest of all time. Or GOAT for short. And Austin going for neck breaker, and Sting keeps interrupting on Shamus. Shamus thrown to the outside. Sting goes after Austin to finish him up. Austin's taking a beating from everybody. He got hit with a baseball bat. Sting taking it to him, and somehow Steve Austin's still on his feet. And actually the only guy. Now he's still standing as he goes outside to meet Sting, who hits Steve Austin with a tombstone. And I can tell you right now, if I was Steve Austin, I would not want to get a tombstone by anybody. So Sting gets the tombstone. Shamus goes to pick up the win, but Austin kicks out. So that doesn't happen either. Austin's being used as a human pinball between the shoes, Shamus and Sting. I think it's probably because he is probably the biggest threat to both. As Shamus, as he goes off the ropes, and Shamus is taking it to Sting. Forgetting about the Texas Rattlesnake, an elbow to the face, shot to the back by Shamus, all kinds of action going on. Austin going to take something to Sting, but Shamus interrupts that. How much moose do you think it takes to keep Shamus' head up in that mohawk? I'm glad that Shamus keeps the 80s alive with the mohawk. And Sting looks like he was going to go after Steve Austin, who was taking a beating here, but he's taking it to Sting. Look at that, right to the face. Austin will not be denied, and now goes for a pin on Sting, the icon. And there goes Sting. It's down to Steve Austin and Shamus. If you were wondering, folks, how we go about figure out who in the next round who goes after who, it's quite simple. The Jar of Fate will come in play again, which is again why we showed you the Jar of Fate earlier in my broadcast on Facebook. On our fan page, which is Warriors of Wrestling and Dream Masters on Facebook. Check us out. You can see all your fun and exciting news. There's a stunner for Shamus, and that should be it.
Shamus has
good for Steve Austin. Austin gets hit with a baseball bat, hit with multiple different maneuvers, gets ganged up upon. But in the end, it was Steve Austin who has the most eliminations, mind you, as well. As Austin eliminated Samoa Joe, Sting, and Shamus back to back to back. Very impressive, showing that he still has it according to our show. But is Austin the greatest of all time? We're going to find out. I'm sure some of the other people might think they are.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm clapping, ladies and gentlemen, because that was well done performance. You want to talk about perseverance? That was showed it right there. All right, folks. We're just going to go down the list now because I have no idea who would go next anyway. So here we go. Stick around. More fun coming your way.